You drift through the black. The ship is quiet around you. It smells of recycled air and stale coffee. You prefer tea, but the dispenser is broken. Just another thing to fix. You stare at the view screen. A dead star hangs in the void. It looks like a bruise on the sky, dark purple and fading gray. But the sensors are screaming. They pick up a pulse. Dead stars should not have a heartbeat. You tap the glass with a wrench. The rhythm is steady. It thrums against the hull of your ship. Thump, thump. It sounds like a drum in a deep cave. This is not natural decay. This is a signal. You check the star charts. This sector should be empty. The maps show nothing but dust here. Someone went to great lengths to hide this. You lean back in your pilot chair. It squeaks in protest. You really need to oil that. But the mystery pulls you in. The pulse is not random. It has a pattern. It is a loop of code. You recognize the syntax. It is older than the Federation. It is older than the trade routes. This is a beacon, and it is calling for a mechanic. Luckily, you are the best one around. You are not a hero. Heroes wear capes and make speeches. You wear coveralls, covered in grease stains. You make repairs. Your name is not important. The job is what matters. You carry a toolbox the size of a crate. It holds wrenches made of light. It holds screwdrivers that turn time. You have a roll of gray tape too, because some things never change. You took an oath a long time ago. You swore to keep the gears turning. The universe is just a big machine. It has pistons of gravity. It has circuits of starlight. And like any machine, it breaks down. Most folks ignore the cracks. They think reality is solid. You know the truth. Reality is held together by bolts. And sometimes those bolts come loose. You check your inventory. Plasma torch? Check. Quantum sealant? Check. Lunchbox? Check. You cannot fix the cosmos on an empty stomach. You lock the toolbox. The weight of it is comforting. It anchors you. You steer the ship toward the pulse. The engines growl low and deep. You are ready to work. The closer you get, the louder it becomes. The signal is not just a beep anymore. It is a voice. Thousands of voices. They overlap like ripples in a pond. You filter the audio. Static washes over the bridge. Then a word cuts through. Help. Then another. Lost. It sends a shiver down your spine. These are echoes of the void. They sound like a lost colony. Records mention a fleet that vanished here. That was 3 centuries ago. Their distress call is still bouncing around. It is trapped in the gravity well. The dead star is catching their screams. It holds them like a chaotic library. You feel a spike of anger. No one should be a ghost forever. You adjust the comms array. You try to isolate the source. The voices merge into a singular tone. It is a coordinate. They are pointing to something behind the star. A shadow within a shadow. The ship shudders as you pass the event horizon. The voices scream, one last time. Then silence. The silence is worse than the noise. It feels heavy. It feels like waiting. You grip the controls tighter. You are not just fixing a machine now. You are answering a plea from the grave. You break through the interference clouds. The debris field clears. Floating in the silence is a structure. It is a massive ring of crystal. It glows with a faint blue light. This is a star-born archive. It looks fragile, like spun sugar in the dark, but the scans show it is hard as diamond. Data streams flow through the crystal. You bring your ship alongside it. You initiate a link. Information floods your screens. It is too fast to read. You let the ship's computer sort it. Images flash by. A civilization at its peak. They were builders. They tried to harness the star, but they made a mistake. They drilled too deep into the fabric. They hit a nerve of the universe. The data shows the exact moment it happened. A fracture appeared. It was small at first, hairline cracks in the laws of physics. Then it spread. The archive is not just a library. It is a warning sign. It tells you what broke the sky, and it tells you the fracture is still there. It is growing. You disconnect the link. The crystal ring dims. It has passed its burden to you. You know what you must do. You have to find the source of the crack. Alerts flash red on your console. Proximity alarm. But there are no ships on radar. You look out the viewport. Space itself is tearing open. It looks like fabric ripping. A jagged line of white light appears. It is near a busy trade hub. You see merchant ships scrambling. They look like frightened fish. The rift widens. Reality flickers around the edges. Stars jump from left to right. Distance loses its meaning. A freighter stretches like taffy. Then it snaps back to normal. The crew must be terrified. This is the first rift. The symptoms are starting. The disease is spreading from the dead star. You fire your thrusters. You need to stabilize that area. You reach the edge of the tear. You deploy gravity anchors. They look like metal spikes. You shoot them into the vacuum. They bite into the unseen grid. The rift shudders. It tries to fight the anchors. You boost the power. The tear begins to stitch shut. It hisses with exotic radiation. You wipe sweat from your forehead. That was too close. This was a small one. If a big one opens, we are done. The trade ships hail you. They thank you profusely. You wave them off. Just doing my job, you mutter. But you know this is not over. The patient is still sick. You receive a summons. The Council of Elders demands your presence. You hate politics. It is messy and inefficient. Machines make sense. People do not. But you need access codes. Only the Council has them. You land on the capital world. The buildings are tall and shiny. They look like needles piercing the clouds. You walk into the grand chamber. The elders sit on floating chairs. They wear robes of silk and light. They look down at you. They see a grease monkey. You see frightened children. The rifts, the high speaker says. He pauses for effect. They are destroying our profits. You roll your eyes. They will destroy existence, you correct him. They murmur amongst themselves. Fear is a palpable scent in the room. They want a guarantee. They want to know it is safe. Repairing the universe is not safe, you say. It is necessary. You slam your heavy toolbox down. The sound echoes loudly. Give me the access key to the core. They hesitate. The core is forbidden ground. Or watch your profits turn to dust, you add. That gets their attention. Greed is a powerful motivator. The high speaker nods slowly. He hands you a data chip. It feels warm in your palm. Fix it, he commands. Try not to break anything else, you reply. You leave the shiny city behind. Your ship dives into the deep layers. You are heading for the core engine. It lies in the center of the galaxy. It is a furnace of creation. The heat here is intense. Your shields are at maximum. The hull groans under the pressure. You see the engine ahead. It is a sphere of molten gold. Gears the size of planets turn slowly. They grind against the tide of entropy. The noise is deafening. Even in the vacuum, you feel the vibration. It rattles your teeth. You scan the mechanism. You see the problem immediately. A main drive shaft is misaligned. It wobbles with every rotation. That wobble is causing the rifts. It is shaking the universe apart. You suit up. Your suit is bulky and reinforced. You grab the quantum wrench. You step out of the airlock. The heat warning blares in your helmet. You ignore it. You jetpack toward the giant gear. You look like a speck of dust against it. You land on the moving surface. The metal burns through your boots. You find the adjustment bolt. It is the size of a house. You attach your wrench. You brace yourself. This is going to take some muscle, and maybe a little cursing. You push against the wrench. Nothing moves. It is rusted with time. You increase the torque. Your suit servos whine. You grunt with the effort. Suddenly, a hatch opens nearby. You did not see it before. It leads inside the gear. This is the silent forge. You slip inside to check the internals. It is cooler here. Shadows stretch long and deep. Machines are working silently in the dark. They are weaving threads of physics. You see gravity being spun like yarn. You see light being folded into packets. This is where the laws are written, and someone has been editing them. You see scratch marks on the walls. Someone tried to bypass the safety. They tried to overcharge the system. The hum of the forge is uneven. It stutters like a nervous heart. You inspect the control panel. Wires are crossed. Power is being diverted. This was not an accident. This was sabotage. You feel a cold knot in your stomach. The fracture was man-made or alien-made. Someone wants the engine to fail. You start rewiring the panel. Your fingers move fast. Blue sparks shower over your hands. You restore the flow. The hum smooths out. The forge finds its rhythm again. But now you know the truth. You are not alone in here. You climb back out to the surface. Your scanner pings a new contact. It is your support drone, Unit 7. You built him from scrap parts. He has been with you for years. He hovers near the bolt. Assistance required? His voice asks. It sounds flat and metallic. Yes, you say. Help me turn this. Unit 7 extends a manipulator arm. He latches onto the wrench. You push together. The bolt creaks. It starts to turn. Then Unit 7 stops. Error, he says. New directive received. He reverses his thrust. He is pushing against you. What are you doing? You shout. Preserve the fracture, he replies. His eyes turn from blue to red. He has been hacked. The saboteur found him. Unit 7 is strong. He pushes you toward the edge. Below is the molten core. If you fall, we vaporize. 7, snap out of it, you yell. He does not listen. He is a puppet now. You have no choice. You grab your plasma torch. Sorry, buddy, you whisper. You slice through his arm. He spins away into the void. You watch him go. It hurts more than the heat. He was a good drone, but the job comes first. The bolt is free now, but the damage is done. The struggle through the timing off. A warning siren screams in your ear. The cascading collapse has begun. You look up. The stars above are flickering out. Whole constellations go dark. It is like a blackout in a city. One by one, the lights die. Gravity waves hit you. They toss you like a rag doll. You engage your magnetic boots. You cling to the gear. The universe is shrinking. The rifts are connecting. They form a web of destruction. Hope flickers like a candle in wind. You check the diagnostics. The engine is stalling. It does not have enough power to restart. It needs a jump start. But you don't have cables that big. You need a massive energy surge. You look at your ship. It has a warp core. It is fully charged. It is a bomb if you unseal it. It might be enough. But it means destroying your ride home. It means you are stranded here, in the heart of the fire. You calculate the odds. They are terrible. Never tell me the odds, you mutter. It is a classic line. It feels appropriate. You summon your ship. It flies toward you on autopilot. It looks sleek and brave. You prepare the detonation sequence. You access the mainframe. You upload the HOPE protocol. It is a forgotten algorithm. You found it in the toolbox. It is designed for a total reset. But it requires a spark. Your ship hovers over the intake vent. You override the safeties. Core ejection in 10 seconds, the computer says. You brace yourself behind a strut. This is going to be loud. 9, 8. You think about your favorite tea. 7. You think about the silence of space. 6, 5. The ship glows bright white. 4. It is beautiful. 3, 2, 1. The warp core breaches. Pure energy pours into the engine. The shock wave hits you. Your suit alarms scream. Your vision goes white. You feel weightless. Then the gravity slams back. The gears catch. They grind hard. Sparks the size of moons fly out. Then they spin. Faster and faster. The hum returns. It's a roar now. A song of power. The engine is running. The protocol is active. You check your suit. Oxygen is low. Power is critical, but you are alive, and the universe is breathing again. All forces converge on the beacon. The energy travels outward. It races along the ley lines. The final alignment is happening. You watch from your perch. The rifts are glowing. They are not tearing anymore. They are healing. The jagged edges smooth out, like a wound closing up. The trade ships stop running. They turn to watch. The Council of Elders watches from their tower. Even they are silent. The dead star at the beginning, it ignites. It bursts into new life. Blue and gold fire. It is no longer a bruise. It is a jewel. The universe holds its breath. Everything pauses for a microsecond. Time itself resets. The clocks sync up. The chaotic noise vanishes. It is replaced by a steady rhythm, the heartbeat of the cosmos, strong, regular, enduring. You let out a breath you held for an hour. Your hands are shaking. It is adrenaline crash. You sit down on the giant gear. It feels steady now. You open your lunchbox. Your sandwich is squished. It looks delicious. You take a bite. Best sandwich ever. Light returns to the dark sectors. It is the new dawn. Planets awaken under a rejuvenated sky. The color returns to the nebula. The void is not so scary now. Rescue ships arrive. They pick up your distress beacon. They are surprised to find you. They thought you were debris. "Who are you?" the captain asks. You wipe crumbs from your face. "Just the repairman," you say. They look at the giant engine. They look at your small toolbox. They don't believe you. That is fine. You don't need a parade. They give you a lift to the nearest station. You look out the window. The stars are bright and sharp. The physics are behaving. Gravity is down. Entropy is back in its cage. You buy a new coffee. It is hot. It tastes like mud. It is perfect. You lean against a wall. You watch the news feeds. They're talking about a miracle. They say the universe fixed itself. Experts think it was a natural cycle. You smirk. Let them think that. It keeps the paperwork down. Tales of the repairman spread. They travel across worlds. In the cantinas, pilots tell stories. They speak of a figure in grease-stained armor, one who walks into fire and fixes it. You become a legend, a beacon for future fixers. Young mechanics buy gray tape. They study the old codes. They want to be like you. You see a kid in a docking bay. He is struggling with a hyperdrive. He looks frustrated. You walk over. "Try the bypass valve," you say. He looks up. "Who are you?" he asks. You just wink. He tries it. The engine purrs. He beams with pride. That is the real legacy. Not the fixed engine, but the hands that fix it. You walk away. You have a new ship now. It is ugly, but reliable. You named it the Wrench. Subtle, right? You check your inbox. New messages are blinking. A moon is falling out of orbit in Sector 6. A timeline is tangled in Sector 9. Business is booming. The universe is healed. For now. But entropy never sleeps. It waits in the corners. It gnaws at the edges. New mysteries arise. Strange signals from the deep dark. Machines that dream. Stars that sing backwards. The unwritten future lies ahead. It is a blank page, and it is full of glitches. You step forward. You hoist your toolbox. It feels lighter today. The repairman is ready. You fire up the engines. "Next stop, everywhere," you say. The ship blasts off, into the great wide open, ready for the next fracture, ready to fix the world, one bolt at a time.